I'm such an idiot. I let this happen, you know. The new sports car, the getting in shape, the blonde hair, the lies. And now I'm losing him. What do I do?
What are you talking about?
You are Elastigirl! Pull yourself together! What will you do? Is this a question? You will show him you remember that he is Mr. Incredible, and you will remind him who you are. Come, darling. Don't be tedious. We have much to discuss.
If we know where Bob is, why are we still talking?
Yes, words are useless. Come. Too much of it, darling. Too much. That is why I show you my work. That is why you are here. Edna mode. And guest.
I appreciate all of this, E, but what's going on?
Come, sit. What?
Everything all right?
No, everything is feeble and inadequate. Simple competence is becoming rare, darling. Come up here, we have to do it ourselves.
That doesn't look so good. Let me get in there and fix it so you can put a new battery in. There it is. Just push it into place. Thank you for bringing me down here, E, but I really have to go find Bob.
This project has completely confiscated my life, darling. Finally, we are ready to begin. Go, sit. Cream and sugar? As you will see, these suits are completely indestructible. Well, darling, what do you think?
Are they machine washable and tumble dry? Snug, I'm calling in a solid you owe me.
What do you need?
A jet. What do you got that's fast?
You, sir, truly are Mr. Incredible. You know, I was right to idolize you. I always knew you were tough.
But taking advantage of an injured super?
Oh, man! I'm still geeking out about it. And then you had to just go and ruin the ride. I mean, Mr. Incredible calling for help? Help me, help me. All right, who did you contact?
Contact? What are you talking about?
Play the transmission.
Island approach, India Golf 909 checking in. FR on top. Over.
That's it. Make sure it's all off. Is it all gone? Am I good? Huh?
So you do know these people? Oh, well then, I'll send them a little greeting.
Violet?
It's not my fault! Dash ran away and I knew I'd get blamed for it, and I thought he'd try to sneak on the plane. So I came here and you closed the doors where I could find him, and then you took off, and it's not my fault!
All yours all the time. Wait a minute. You left Jack alone?
Yes, Mom, I'm completely stupid. Of course we got a sitter. Do you think I'm totally irresponsible? Thanks a lot.
All right. Well, who'd you get? India Golf 909er transmitting in the blind guard. Disengage, repeat, disengage! Disengage, repeat, disengage! 5, you have to put a force field around the plane.
You said we weren't supposed to use our
I know
power.
what I said. Listen to what I'm saying now. Disengage, repeat, disengage! Put a field around us now!
Mom, I've never done one that big before.
Abort, abort, abort!
Lego Incredibles walkthrough, so I was wrong in the previous video. This is not the final level, this is the second to last level, and that was because I had my video numbering messed up, so I thought this is labeled as the final number, but I fixed it anyways, the point. So anyway, the next video is the final one. This is almost the end, and we're almost there. Now, I've been mentioning throughout points of this walkthrough that there is one level in particular that just gives you an unbelievable amount of studs, and that is this exact level, the second to last one of this video game. So if you are just flying through this part here, which is again something you literally don't have to move at all if you don't want to, but if you do move and you get all of the rings of studs, as we can see, I already have 51,000 studs, and we're going to be getting even more just as we hit the floor here and get down to the ocean part. And we're pretty much going to have the true hero or true family whatever meter at the top of the screen there. That's going to be filled before we're even done with the first third of this level. So if you wanted to come back here, if you're short on studs, this would be a really good level to repeat over and over again to get tons of them pretty dang quickly. And especially if you get a stud multiplier from one of the red bricks, or whatever they're called in this game, then you would be able to do that extremely easily just by flying through this level. And now that we are here in the ocean, we can once again see the top of our meter there is pretty close to getting filled, and we're going to have to do a couple of things here. So first we need to find 3 bricks and then build them at the family building place. So the first brick is going to be inside of that cage there, and we'll build that with somebody and then yank it open with Mrs. Incredible here, and that will get that knocked open, but that's going to fall into the ocean. And something we've never done yet, but we will be able to do now, is switch to Violet and then turn on her bubble and sink down to the bottom of the ocean, and we'll be able to collect it down there. So there's actually a few things down here that you can look at if you want to, but beyond that there's not a whole lot of other reason to go down there except for getting that brick. And we just have to push and hold B once we actually decide to do that, and we stop exploring the area and just kind of seeing what's around here. Kind of a lot of stuff, because as I said, I have 226,000 studs already. I think this game pretty much doubled the amount of studs that I had before, or this level doubled the amount of studs that I had before I had been here. I think I only had like 400,000 or so, and we end up with close to that when we're done with the level itself. But anyway, we'll come on down to the ocean floor, pick up that brick, and fly up to the top again, or swim up to the top, I guess. And then we're going to have to switch to Miss Incredible and get her into that plane that is right in front of us. So Dash can get in there pretty easily because he can run on water, but you need to get Mrs. Incredible inside of Violet's bubble to get her in here, and we're going to need Miss Incredible to go into that vent there. We also saw the other brick was on top of that plane fuselage thing that was sticking, whatever that is. Probably not fuselage. I just said that because it's a big word and sounds nice, right? No, I'm just not that smart. Okay, fine, we'll move on. But anyway, it'll be on top of that thing sticking out of the ground, or the water. Holy cow. And we'll get that finally, but we'll start with the second one first. or I guess second. I don't know, you guys know what I mean. And we're going to come up here and knock this crate down, which will give us access to the ladder. And then we're going to climb up there, and we'll need to use Violet because she is the computer genius in this family. And once we open up the computer, that will give us access to the second brick, which is behind that door. So once we have that, we'll want to work our way kind of back to the beginning and then come to this area sort of to the right. And this is going to be another destructible thingamajig that we can blow up. So we're just going to break that and then build it. And then we'll want to switch to Violet, and that will allow us to work the fan here. Can't remember if we need Dash to move that boat. It looks like we do. So Violet just can't do anything on her own, I guess. And it's kind of annoying in this level trying to switch between characters. I mean, in general, it's annoying in LEGO games switching between characters, but this one too, because they're always stuck in the water. And I mean, they're either way off back where they're not supposed to be, or they're just annoying. I don't get it with LEGO games. It's like, as soon as they started throwing in having multiple characters that you have to manage instead of just the 2 of the original LEGO Star Wars games, it just got kind of a lot worse trying to deal with them. But I got a gold brick there, which I think was from getting that meter filled up at the top, and then we can use Mrs. Incredible to build a climbing thing out of her body, so one of her 2 kids can climb up her and pick up that final brick, and then we can move on over to the family build location and build this, and then watch a cutscene before we continue with the level.
We have to get ourselves out of this wreck, so let's start building. You don't have a boat, but you do have a super flexible mother. Okay, kids, hold on. Here we go.
We have a confirmed hit. Target was destroyed.
You'll get over it.
Oh. Weasel.
And here we are, about 2/3 of the way through this level, thankfully with a checkpoint, which the previous one was not nice enough to give me. And there's going to be a big laser grid in the way. And of course, Violet can go through laser grid, so we're going to use her to come over here, and we can pull down this lever, which I think turns it off, and then we'll be able to blow up the building in the middle here, and we can now build one of the 2 things on the left or the right side. So we're going to start with the left side, which seems to be usual in this game. Starting off with the left side is what you want to do first, and then we can get on here with Violet and move this up. There's also going to be that flower onto the left there that has a couple of purple or blue or whatever bricks inside of there, and we're going to want those a little bit later here, so we'll worry about that in a second though. We're going to use Miss Incredible to give us access onto this top platform and then climb up with one of her kids so we can come over and destroy this flower. And then we'll want to do that with the other 2, so those are just going to be extra bricks for Violet to pick up in a little bit. And then we can come on back down to the bottom once we're done trying to destroy that last stem there. And we can destroy that, whatever that was, that lift, and then build it on the right side. And this is going to give Dash access, but he can't use it yet without Violet destroying the other 2 flowers and building the rest of this tube. And that was something that I did know I had to do, but I kind of wanted to show that you could just smash right into the rock there, which was pretty funny. So there's that flower, and that inadvertently destroyed that thing in the middle there kind of annoyingly, and then there's going to be that final flower. Then we'll want to move into her bubble form and just pick up as many of the bricks as we need until that meter fills up, and then we should be able to build the rest of that tube right here. And once that's done, that's going to be a little bit more difficult to destroy on accident, so we're just going to put it in there and then switch on over to that building location again and move it on to the right side. And then we can finally use Dash to do the one thing he's good at, which is not smashing into walls, and go super fast all the way up to the roots and the trees and everything else to kind of spend a lot more energy than required to pull down that ladder. And now everyone can get up here, and super fast Dash can move on over to the right side too, and then you realize we're going to need Miss Incredible again to swing on over, and then we can use her to give, I think we're going to use her to give the kids access here once again. If the game would let me come up there, and then we're going to use her to make a bridge for the kids to come across. And once they do that, she should follow us if you can actually get on, but I'm just not even going to deal with that. I was already falling. I'm like, you know what, Violet's already over there. Let's just switch. We need her anyway to get through the laser field here again, so we'll just bubble on through that and then pull this lever down, and then we'll need to switch to Miss Incredible yet again to go up into that pipe there, or that vent. And once we do that, this level is a lot darker than I remember. But anyway, once we do that, we can stretch way over to the right side. I had no idea she was capable of this much stretching, really. And then there's going to be another event we'll come out of with some people playing pool that are going to be a little bit surprised that we are stuck here. And then we're going to stretch even more unreasonably far once we fight this guy anyway. And if the game would let me, there we go. And then we can keep stretching and finally pull the lever. I feel like even that would stretch her limits, haha, but I guess not. I guess she is capable of way more than I thought she was. Still haven't seen the second movie. I'll be seeing that soon here, but still haven't seen the second movie yet, so I don't know. That'll be interesting to see what else she does in there. Probably not a whole lot different. Whatever. Once we are inside this room, I think this is the room I'm thinking about. This is kind of a weird one. There's going to be this hamster wheel on the right side that we're going to make, and we're going to put Dash inside of there to get this engine going. And once that is forming, I have drawn a blank on what happens next here. Let's just play out and see the elevator. Something. Wow, I totally forgot what happens here. We go onto the elevator. This was not the room I was thinking of then. Okay, never mind. So that was all we had to do for that. Okay, and then we're going to be up here. And there's this level's kind of coming to a close. There's going to be a somewhat lengthy cutscene next, and then a pretty long one after the gameplay, after that one. But, oh, now I'm remembering. This level had the glitchiest thing ever. It's this stream right here, and you're supposed to use Violet to take one of the family members over to the big cave in the background, and it made no sense. So I'm gonna show all of it because I just wanted people to see what the heck I was doing. I don't think I was doing anything wrong, but once we move on over here to the left side, it's gonna show us we can climb down here into the pool or into the river, and you can't walk here, you have to swim. So what you need to do is use Violet's bubble to get one of your family members into the bubble, but it's really annoying because you can't really easily jump in when you're in the water. You can, but it's a lot easier to do that when you're on land. Then you're supposed to come up here and just hold forward, but for some reason that wasn't really working unless I was jumping. So I got through there miraculously by jumping, and now that we're in here, we have to build a hot air balloon. I think it's a hot air balloon basket, and we need to use Miss Incredible to form the rest of the balloon, I think, or maybe we just build the whole balloon, but we need her for something. So if you're gonna take someone over here, don't take Dash, you want to take Miss Incredible over, or Mrs. Incredible, whatever it is. But anyway, you want to take her over here, not Dash, because she's gonna be stuck there in the genius of the AI. She's not gonna be brought over here on her own. Normally, if you need someone, they'll just teleport to you if you're in that area, but she was way back there. So we did turn off this field, and that may have been part of the reason why she wasn't coming with us, but she's still stuck all the way over there. So I ended up leaving this cave and then coming back, and I somehow got it to work that time, where I put her in the bubble and then managed to just push through the river and get her here this time. I don't know why I was having such a hard time with that with Dash, and I tried before the little cut that I had. I tried that with her before too, and I thought you had to use Dash because he speeds up Violet's bubble, but no, you could just do it with either of them. Just for some reason it wasn't working for me for like 10 minutes. So we come back out here, and then I get inside of the bubble, and I think here is where it finally starts working. Not quite yet. It does work in a little bit here. So the bubble broke for no reason there. That was a little bit weird, and you can't form Violet's bubble unless you're on land, and there's not really enough land to work on right there. Also that was from the bottom that we came up from. So again, I'm just wondering, like, what the heck are we supposed to do, because it wasn't working before, and I'm trying to switch to Dash again, and that didn't really do anything, so I guess I go on back to Violet in a second, and then we do get it over here, but you know, I probably could have cut this part out, but I do finally get her over here. I just don't know why this part was so weird, and I have no idea. Finally, it just eventually starts working, but once you do get this part figured out, which I still haven't quite figured out, the rest of this level is going to be literally nothing. You don't have to do anything for the next part of the level. It's Dash running at the screen, and I think Violet's with him, but it's just those two just running at the screen, and that's all they do. So I don't know, I felt like that was an extraordinarily lazy part of this particular area. I feel like they just really they did not do a good job with the last part of the game. As much as I do like this game, the last two levels here just were pretty sketchy, but I don't know. So anyway, finally it does work after all of this messing around, and she's just getting pushed through, and I'm like, okay, why is that working now? I have no idea. Suddenly it is working, so I decide, okay, I'm gonna get her in here, so here we go. Now it's working, I'm not getting pushed away. I have no idea. That made absolutely no sense. And here we are, inside the cave. So, yeah. Anyway, use Mrs. Incredible onto the hot air balloon there, and that's gonna be it for this level. I'll see you in the last one in the next video.
I think your father is in trouble.
If you haven't noticed, Mom, we're not doing so hot either.
I'm going to look for him, and that means you're in charge until I get back, Violet.
What? You heard her.
Stay hidden, keep each other safe. I'll be back by morning.
They're alive?
Yes. And I'm sorry, Mr. Incredible. I realize now that Syndrome...
Helen?
Identification, please.
Hey, Violet! What?
Voice key incorrect.
Voice key?
Voice key incorrect.
Wait a second. Huh?
They're supers!
I don't think it's helping us escape. They found us! Dad, watch out! He's targeting us! Woo! Take that! Okay, one down. I don't think he was alone. Behind us! Watch out! That was too close.
You want to sound fair, but doesn't really feel like it.
We can do this, Dad.
Yeah, that was awesome! Huh, did you see that?
I think he's getting ready to attack.
Violet, you okay?
Yeah, just try and move out of the way next time.
Phew. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, but how about a little less close next time?
Ha! That all you got?
Dash, focus. Get ready to jump.
Fine, I'll jump because I want to. Not because you told me to. Sorry!
That's okay, Dash. Just concentrate.
Behind us! Why won't these guys give up already? I can't outrun it! It's so close behind us!
Then find a way to get it off our tail.
I am amazing! Can't catch me!
Why do they have so many of these things?
Just more for us to smash! Whoa! Another villain defeated by the Dash.
It's that parrot again.
That's it! Annoying robot bird, you're going down!
But it's on top of the ship? How are we gonna get up there?
Ha! That's easy! Take that! Bird brain!
Looks like he wants some more.
Oh, I'll give him more! Time to catch some air!
Kids! You're alright.
We were so worried
I thought
about
I'd never
you.
see you again.
Oh, you're all right.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey, time out! It's a whole family of supers. Looks like I've hit the jackpot. Oh, this is just too good.